Hey everybody, Jedi Jack Luther here. Beautiful Saturday morning, and I wanted to do a quick what's update. I got another box coming in the mail here shortly. We'll have it beginning of February, probably around the 4th or the 5th. So that will be coming up. But I want to do a quick what's update. I don't get to do these very often, but I came across something very cool and I had to show it off. So new Transformers are coming out. And the theme of the new series is called Combiner Wars. Their packaging looks like that. That's what the card looks like for them. It's got like really nice looking comic book artwork on it for the character. So they're going back to the days where you'd get a big robot, which was the leader of the group, and then you'd get 4 smaller robots, and they became the arms and legs of the big massive robot you'd build. So if you were getting the aerial box, the leader was Silverbolt, and then he'd have his 4 other smaller planes, and then they all merged together to form a big robot that formed Superion. That's an example. You know, you had your Combaticons, they made Bruticus, and they had the Stunticons that made Menasor. There was a bunch of them. They were all fun to collect, and they were fun to put together, build a big robot. Basically, it harkened to the days of, it feels like, you know, Voltron, basically. But those lions didn't turn into robots. They're just big robotic lions. That's kind of how you feel. You had one big one and then 4 smaller ones. And, of course, with the Transformers, the arms and legs were interchangeable. You could swap them around. But they usually had a set format, which they showed on the cartoon. And you usually kept it like that if you were a purist of it, you know. So, like, if Swindle was a leg, you kept him as a leg. You didn't make him an arm because it just didn't look right compared to what the cartoon had. So, well, they're going back to this now, and they've released so far about 5 different Transformers. They've released Silverbolt and 3 of the aerial bots. And the 4th one they released is the toy I picked up last night, which is a Decepticon. I'm not sure why they're doing this. This kind of has thrown me for a loop. Because you would think they would release all the aerial bots together so you could get Superion done right off the bat. But you can't because you only have 3 of them. They're releasing Silverbolt the leader. He's going to come in a big box. Skydive, Firefly, and then Alpha Bravo are the 3 other aerial bots. Now, Skydive and Firefly, I believe, are original names, but Alpha Bravo is not. And it actually turns into a helicopter. So it's different. And I think that's kind of unique. It has a little, you know, mix up a bit. They're not all planes. One's a helicopter. I think that's actually kind of cool. It's different. But the 5th character is a Decepticon. And actually doesn't fit with the whole theme. So they're using him as the arm. I'm not sure why they did that. I'll show you the back of the package here. And you see on the back of the package, they have the toys. And they had DragStrip as an arm for Superion. I'm not sure why that is. But anyway, let's get into this. I like DragStrip because I never had all of the Stunticons. I never made Menasor when he was originally back in the 80s. I picked up DragStrip when I was a kid because he was the only car that actually looked different from the rest of them. You know, Motormaster was a small black and purple truck, and the other 3 Stunticons were all duplicates. They were the same mold, just in different colors and different names. DragStrip was completely unique. He wasn't like a Porsche-looking racing car. He was, you know, a drag racer. And that's what made him so unique. So I picked him up, and he's the only one I ever had. I never even had a desire to collect the rest of them. So now they're coming out, and I feel I'm going to now collect them and make this new Menasor figure that's coming out. But evidently I'm going to have to wait because they only have aerial bots out now, and he's the only Stunticon, which I'm kind of glad they went with him first. I think he's more iconic for the rest of the figures than anyone else would be. So here's DragStrip. He's in car mode, and really, it's a nice car mode. I mean, it harkens back to the yellow he was, but they add in this like mauve, reddish color on for accents. It's really nice looking. Got the black cockpit where they sit in. It's a very nice detail. I mean, wheels rotate and everything. I'm really impressed by the car mode. I mean, this looks like, if I didn't know it transformed, I would just say this was a really nice looking model car. They did a fine job on the sculpt of it. I mean, everything about it, even they painted silver on the shots and everything. It's really nice looking. DragStrip also comes with a sword that is a gun. He holds the sword better than he does the gun because they angled the handle of the gun and it's kind of difficult to get in his fist. And it does look more like a sword than it does a gun. He also comes with a hand/foot. This doubles the match, so this way you can turn him into either a hand, an arm, or a leg for whatever robot you want to build. So here it is in foot mode. You know, it's got the heel here and the two pegs, but if you play around with it a bit, you can pull out the fingers. I just popped them back in. I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. You pull out the fingers, and then you rotate this piece, and now the heel becomes the thumb, and it rotates up and down, so you can kind of make it look like a, you make it look like a left hand, or you can rotate this way, make it look like a right hand. And it's got a hole up here to peg in a weapon. So, because that big hand's not going to hold anything small, it's going to fall right through. And the transformation on this is very easy. I have a few transformers here on my shelf, and they're stuck in robot mode because their transformations are just insane. And you know, the instructions they give you are black and white, and they highlight what part to move in purple, and you can barely tell what part that is. And if you rotate the wrong part, it ain't gonna work. So I have a lot of robots that just stay in robot mode. It's just easier, and I don't want them to break or anything. But he is very easy to transform. We just pop up the front part of the racer there. We rotate that around, and there's a hole in the bottom that pegs into this peg right here and locks it into place. Get that. Next, the sides of the car will pop out. Everything pegs in pretty nicely, nice and tight. You can almost hear the snaps when they go in, so it's not too bad. We pull down the lower section and we rotate and we pop. Oh, wheel popped off. That's okay. The wheel's just in there on a little hub. So there you go. Almost had a panic attack. It broke! Your worst fear of transforming. The fists rotate out from the arms, and then you rotate the head, and there you go. You got DragStrip in robot mode. Now you're probably noticing this silver piece right here, and yes, that's what you think it is. That rotates out and connects to whatever big robot you have to form an arm, or it rotates even more to sit down and form a leg if you want to. And I've looked up the original G1 Menasor, and it looks like DragStrip was the right arm of Menasor, so he will become the right arm of Menasor when we get our other ones, and I'm not sure when that is, but this was just I saw this last night at Walmart. They had the other aerial bots out. They had the other three, and I saw Silverbolt at a Target. So they're out and about, but they're just getting out there. So it's kind of a slow mix. So if you don't see any of them you want right off the bat, just be patient. They're getting in. I know a lot of people, they see this stuff on eBay and they don't have it in their store and they really want it, and they pay like $30–40 for it, and then 2 weeks later it's in Walmart for like 15 bucks. It's like I'm all for economy and getting the market going on eBay, but there's no reason to pay $40 for something if you just wait a few weeks. It should pop up at your local store. Down here, especially in the Charleston, Mount Pleasant area, things creep in very slowly at Target. A good example is the Rhinox figure I had. Rhinox was advertised out and about Christmas of 2013. And after Christmas 2013, January 2014, I'm all over the place looking for Rhinox. I didn't find Rhinox until the middle of the year. And now he's all over the place. Now you can go anywhere and find him. So patience is a good virtue. I waited. I knew these would come out. Like I said, the only ones I'm collecting are the Stunicons. I'm really not a fan of the aerial bots. Not like I hate them, but I like the cars better. And I've seen pictures of Motormaster, so if you have a chance, go on Google and Google the new Motormaster. He almost looks just like the cartoon. The old one, his head was buried in the frame of the trailer. Now his head is out and it's square shaped like it was in the cartoon. They did a really great job, so I can't wait. So as I get more Stunicons and build Menasor, I'll be posting that on in here, and you can see what it looks like completed. I think if this is, you know, if that's an arm, then, you know, the thing's going to be huge. So for Saturday, January 31st, the end of January, it's the What's Update is DragStrip, the Stunicon that's coming out for the new Combiner Wars. Be on the lookout if you like this kind of stuff. Subscribe. I always like, you know, I can never have enough subscribers, and if you have any comments or any questions or anything, feel free to post that. I'm open to anything. Just let me know. You can tell me how much of a big nerd I am. I already know. That's not a surprise. You know, you're preaching to the choir. But y'all have a good day. We will see you next time on a new edition of What's in the Box. And as we get more figures, we'll have a new edition of the What's Up Date.